I've always been fascinated by places that don't seem real. The kind of places that make you stop scrolling, look a little closer, and wonder if what you're seeing could possibly exist. But sometimes, the world doesn't need editing. Sometimes, reality is already unbelievable. So today, I'm taking you on a journey to 20 places that look like dreams, but are completely real. Some journeys don't begin with a destination. They begin with curiosity. Welcome to Dream Elsewhere. Some places don't make sense at first glance. Your eyes tell you one thing, but your brain struggles to explain what you're looking at. These are places where nature seems to break its own rules. If someone showed you this without any context, would you believe it was solid rock? The smooth curves almost look like flowing fabric, shaped by a hand instead of nature. But these walls were carved by powerful flash floods over millions of years, slowly creating one of the most extraordinary canyons on Earth. What seems soft and almost liquid has been solid stone all along. And that's only the beginning, because sometimes nature creates something that looks almost engineered. At first, these rocks don't even look natural. Every piece fits together almost perfectly, making it easy to believe someone built this by hand. But this coastline wasn't built by people. Millions of years ago, lava slowly cooled, and as it cooled, it cracked into these remarkable hexagonal columns, creating one of the most extraordinary coastlines on Earth. Proof that nature can sometimes look almost impossible. But not every illusion is made of stone. Most deserts have one thing in common. They're dry. This one isn't. Every rainy season, fresh water collects between the dunes, creating thousands of crystal clear lagoons in the middle of the sand. For a few months each year, this desert becomes one of the most unexpected landscapes on Earth. A place where water and sand exist side by side, and somehow it looks like it was always meant to be this way. But nature isn't finished surprising us just yet. At first glance, it looks frozen, like snow or ice covering the mountainside. But nothing here is frozen. These brilliant white terraces were slowly formed by warm, mineral-rich water, flowing over the same rocks for thousands of years. Drop by drop, nature created a landscape that almost doesn't seem real. A place shaped by water instead of ice, and it's been changing every single day ever since. And then there's one place where the Earth seems to disappear completely. There aren't many places where the horizon simply disappears. Here, the sky and the ground begin to look exactly the same. After rainfall, a thin layer of water transforms this salt flat into a giant natural mirror. The reflection becomes so perfect that your eyes struggle to find the horizon. For a moment, it almost feels like you're walking through the clouds. It's one of the few places on Earth where reality can look completely unreal, and yet every reflection you see is real. Sometimes the most unbelievable places are the ones that actually exist. Nature doesn't need special effects. Sometimes all it has to do is change the way we see the world. Some places seem almost too colorful to be real, as if someone painted the landscape by hand. But every shade you're about to see was created by nature alone. At first glance, these colors don't seem possible. Layers of red, gold, and orange stretch across the landscape, almost as if someone painted them by hand. But every color you see was formed naturally over millions of years, as layers of sandstone and minerals slowly built up. Time, pressure, and erosion turned these mountains into one of Earth's greatest natural masterpieces. Every stripe tells part of a story that began long before humans ever existed. And somehow, the colors are completely real. But mountains aren't the only places where nature reveals impossible colors. Blue this deep almost doesn't seem natural. Then the colors begin to spread, forming one of the most extraordinary patterns found in nature. Hidden beneath the surface lies one of the largest hot springs in the world. Tiny, heat-loving microorganisms create the vivid rings surrounding the water. Together, they turn this spring into a masterpiece of living color. Every season, the colors continue to shift and change. A reminder that even the smallest forms of life can create something extraordinary. But sometimes, nature chooses more than one color for the same place. Not every extraordinary color is hidden in stone or water. Sometimes, nature covers the landscape in a single breathtaking shade. Every summer, these fields transform into a sea of violet. Stretching across the hills of Provence, they create one of the world's most recognizable landscapes. For just a few weeks each year, the countryside becomes a canvas of purple. A reminder that beauty doesn't always need to be rare. Sometimes it simply arrives with the changing seasons. But some landscapes don't settle for just one color. At the top of an ancient volcano, 3 lakes tell 3 different stories. Each one has its own color, and none of them stay the same forever. Changes beneath the surface can transform the water, turning the lakes from turquoise to green, brown, or even black. Few places on Earth remind us so clearly that nature is always changing. What you see today may look completely different tomorrow, and that's exactly what makes Kelimutu so extraordinary. One final place proves that nature doesn't need a paintbrush to create every color imaginable. No artist could ever recreate this with complete accuracy. Every stripe was shaped over millions of years, layer by layer, long before anyone would ever see it. Iron, copper, and other minerals slowly painted the mountain from within. Standing here, it's easy to forget you're looking at something completely natural. A place where geology became art without ever trying to. A reminder that the world's greatest masterpieces were created by nature itself. Colors can fade, seasons can change, but nature's ability to surprise us never disappears. Some places are so unusual, they don't feel like part of our world. Towering rock formations, endless deserts, and landscapes shaped in ways that seem almost impossible. Yet every place you're about to see exists on the very same planet we call home. Some landscapes seem to belong in a storybook. Over millions of years, wind and volcanic rock shaped these remarkable stone towers, creating a landscape unlike almost anywhere else on Earth. At sunrise, hundreds of hot air balloons quietly rise above the valleys, offering a view that feels almost impossible. From above, Cappadocia becomes a world of towering rock formations and endless horizons, a place where nature shaped the landscape and people found a way to drift quietly through it. But some places don't just rise from the landscape, they seem to defy it. Rising hundreds of meters above the valley, these ancient stone pillars were shaped by nature over millions of years. Centuries ago, monks chose these impossible peaks to build places of solitude and prayer. Many of the first monasteries could only be reached by ropes and ladders, making each journey a test of determination and faith. Today, Meteora remains one of the few places where human ambition and nature exist in remarkable harmony. A world suspended between earth and sky. But not every extraordinary world rises above the clouds. Some stretch endlessly across the desert, where silence has shaped the landscape for millions of years. In southern Jordan lies a desert unlike any other. Over millions of years, wind and water carved towering sandstone mountains from an ancient seabed. Known as Wadi Rum, this vast landscape is often called the Valley of the Moon. And it's easy to see why. Its endless red sands and dramatic rock formations have made it the backdrop for countless films set on distant planets. Yet no special effects are needed here. Every cliff, canyon, and natural arch was shaped by the Earth itself. A reminder that some of the world's most extraordinary landscapes don't belong to another planet. They belong to our own. But while some landscapes are shaped by movement, others have remained almost unchanged for centuries. Deep within the Namib Desert lies a place where time seems to have stopped. Around 900 years ago, ancient camel thorn trees grew here beside a flowing river. But as towering sand dunes slowly blocked the water, the river disappeared, leaving the trees behind. With almost no rainfall, the trees never fully decayed. Instead, they remain standing to this day. Surrounded by brilliant white clay and some of the tallest sand dunes on Earth, Deadvley feels frozen in time. It's not a forgotten world. It's a reminder that nature doesn't always erase the past. Sometimes it preserves it. But while some landscapes remain untouched by time, others seem to rise above it. Hidden above the forests of central China, the Tianzi Mountains rise like stone islands in the sky. Over millions of years, erosion sculpted these towering sandstone pillars into one of Earth's most remarkable landscapes. When clouds drift through the valleys, the peaks appear to float above the world below. It's no surprise this breathtaking scenery inspired the floating mountains in Avatar. And somehow, this is only the beginning of what our planet has to offer. Some places leave us speechless, not because they seem impossible, but because they remind us how extraordinary our planet truly is. These are Earth's final wonders. Stretching across the border of Argentina and Brazil, Iguazu Falls is one of the largest waterfall systems on Earth. Nearly 300 separate waterfalls thunder through the rainforest, creating a constant cloud of mist. At its heart lies the Devil's Throat, where millions of liters of water plunge into the canyon every second. It's a breathtaking reminder of nature's incredible power, but not every wonder reveals its power through force. Some are defined by silence. More than 1,600 limestone islands rise from the emerald waters of Ha Long Bay. Over millions of years, wind and rain shaped this extraordinary seascape into the world we see today. Hidden caves, towering cliffs, and drifting mist give the bay an almost mythical atmosphere, a place where nature feels both peaceful and mysterious. While some wonders rise from the sea, others reach far beyond the clouds. Rising 8,849 meters above sea level, Mount Everest is the highest mountain on Earth. Formed by the collision of two continents, it continues to grow by a few millimeters every year. Towering above the Himalayas, its snow-covered summit has inspired explorers for generations. A place where Earth reaches closer to the sky than anywhere else. But Earth's wonders don't end at the mountain peaks. Some of the most extraordinary lie beneath the ocean's surface. From above, it looks like strokes of turquoise paint across the ocean. But beneath the surface lies the largest living structure on Earth, built by billions of tiny coral animals over thousands of years. Together, they created a thriving world filled with extraordinary life and color. Proof that even the smallest creatures can create something truly breathtaking. And sometimes, nature saves its most peaceful masterpiece for last. Scattered across the Indian Ocean, the Seychelles are home to some of the oldest granite islands on Earth. On La Digue, enormous granite boulders meet crystal clear waters, creating a coastline unlike anywhere else in the world. Shaped by nature over millions of years, this island feels almost too perfect to be real. A beautiful reminder that some of Earth's greatest wonders don't need to be imagined. They simply need to be discovered. The world is more extraordinary than we often imagine. If you enjoyed exploring it with us, subscribe to Dream Elsewhere. See you elsewhere.